Hello, my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am building not just one, but two more tiny houses. This is a set of twin tiny houses, and I actually built a pair of twin tiny houses a long time ago. So long ago that I can't properly enunciate words. That's how long ago it was. But seriously, I built a pair of tiny houses a long time ago for my channel, and it was one of my more popular videos that I've ever had. Looking back, the build was terrible. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I hated the build. Like, looking back, it's just not good. And the video itself, like, I was still kind of, a newbie when it comes to The Sims and building for YouTube and all that stuff. So here is my redemption. And I have a little mini storyline with these tiny houses as well. I imagine that one sim, or both sims actually, are interested in gardening and like blogging about it. And, maybe these two met online and they became good friends and they decided to both park their tiny houses next to each other. Or maybe they both decided to build tiny houses next to each other that were the same layout and everything. And then they got closer and closer and they opened their backyard up. So you'll see me later on do like a little thing where I put like an archway between their backyards so that, they can easily go in and out between each other's as they please, because they get closer and closer and maybe they fall in love. Who knows? I'm kind of in a I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of some issues personally right now, so I'm kind of channeling my hopeless romantic personality into my build. So that's where this came from. But yeah, this is another base game only build. That's right, I'm still doing base game builds, so you don't need any custom content, mods, DLC, none of that to actually download this. And if you want to download it, all you have to do is search my username lukeydean and the hashtag Lukey on the Sims 4 gallery. And yeah, I love these houses so much. I love the layout. I think I actually did better on the second one. The first one, I really love the colors, and I actually like the interior a lot more for myself, I guess. But for some reason, the exterior of the second one just speaks to me more. I don't know. I guess I like both of them a lot. But yeah, I definitely will say that these two builds would have been nothing without the recent updates that we've not recent, but like any of the updates that we've received, because let's be real, the base game when it first came out was not that great in comparison to the way it is now. It's amazing now. So yeah, I've been really doing all these base game builds lately because of the, by now, by the time you're watching this, it'll have ended, way several days ago, but they had released the Sims 4 base game for free to keep and everything for a short time, and it's definitely inspired me as well as many other builders to do base game only builds. And oh my goodness, I am having a lot of fun with them. It's partially because it's a little bit of a challenge for me, because I have so many, like I have all the packs, so I'm used to building, with everything, and just using the base game, it's kind of brought me back to how I used to build. But at the same time, not really, because I feel like I've definitely evolved as a builder ever since starting with just the base game 3 years ago. It's been 4 at least at this point, because how long ago? Oh my gosh, The Sims 4 was released in 2014, right? Oh wow, it's 2019. It's been almost 5 years completely. That's crazy. But I think I got it late 2014, so it's been, let's say, 4 years. But yeah, I've been building. Yeah, my first builds were kind of mediocre at best, but I can definitely say that after about 700 builds altogether, and this is including my older ones, before I started YouTube, I'll say that doing all those builds, I've finally gotten to a point where I like my builds quite a lot. So yeah, but Anyway, as you can see, the first house on the right, it's, the yellow house. It's a lot more, I guess, light, and it's got some more pastel colors. It's just, lighter. And the other one's sort of a bit darker. It's a bit earthier, but I love both of them equally. There's really nothing, one doesn't have that I don't like. So both of them are just like really good, like little bits of my personality, I guess. Because sometimes I like the light and the bright, and sometimes I like the cozy and the, not dark, but cozy and just cozy. That's the only word I can think of off the top of my head. But anyway, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. I am doing okay. Let's just say that. I had a pretty rough couple of weeks there mentally. Just a lot of things. Just a lot of things were on my mind. A lot of things were happening, and just a lot of feelings and stuff. And I'm still kind of dealing with some, issues personally that I am not talking about on here at all. It's not even something I want to talk about with you all because it's that personal, just saying. But yeah, it's just it's human emotions are fun, aren't they? They're not. They're definitely not fun. But at the same time, we have to have them because have y'all seen that movie? I think it's called Cerebrum or something like that. It's a real weird movie. Let me just look at it. Let me just do a little Google search, okay? Let me just do this because I gotta Cerebrum movie. Is that what it's called? I don't know. No, that's not it. That's so not it. This is like, there's a movie that came out a long time ago. I would say maybe early 2000s, mid 2000s, maybe 90s. I could be wrong. It definitely wasn't 90s. But there's this movie that it was basically where it's like a dystopian world, and it definitely gives me 1984 vibes, but except everybody is forced to take this medication that erases human emotion. So they don't have any emotions. They don't feel happy, sad, nothing. It's just they're basically robots, and everybody has to take this medication. It's a law. It's required. If you don't, then you get, serious punishment, which is death. And it's like, it's a pretty scary like feeling, because it's like, I don't like dystopian films or stories. 1984. If y'all haven't read, which, I mean, if you've been in American high school, there's a good chance that you have, maybe not, maybe so, I don't know. It's been a while, but there's this book called 1984 by, what's his name? Orwell? What? Whoa, girl, am I forgetting everything today? Come on. 1984 by George Orwell. Yeah, it's a dystopian book, but I forget what this movie is called. But basically in the movie, there's this guy, and he has a son, and his wife actually what's the word? She like rebelled against the government and stopped taking that medication, and she got like serious punishment for it, and he had to do the punishment himself, and he had no emotions at that time because he stopped he was taking the medication. And so it was so like effed up. Like I was about to curse. Like, oh my gosh. Is it cerebrum? Cerebellum? No, that is not. What is this movie called? I cannot remember. Cerebrium? Girl, I don't know. I don't know. There's this movie. Let's type in movie. I don't know. It's freaking me out. Is that it? No, that's not it. That can't be it. Maybe it is it. I don't know. That's definitely not it. Okay, I'm totally wrong. Don't take what I'm saying. It's freaking me out because it's like Mandela effect almost. I know this movie. I'm like looking at Google Images and everything, and none of this. No, this isn't. Maybe that's it. Is that it? No, that's not it. Okay, I'm totally wrong. I don't know. Anyway, after that rant aside, I don't even know where this conversation came from. Anyway, back to the build. And back to the build. But anyway, this house it's pretty much done. I really like it. It's really cute. I like the little nook where I did the laptop. I was gonna say computer, and I was trying to say laptop at the same time. But yeah, the little laptop area. I just used a dining table because we do get single block wide desks in a few of the packs, but you can do that already with some tables from the base game. They work as desks, so I just kind of tucked it into that little nook and put the bookshelf there, so it felt like a built-in. It's kind of cool. I just kind of imagine that bookshelf is like a full-on like support or something. I don't know, but I'm starting the second one here, and I actually had to pause recording and jump into the build next door and delete that tree because it was like overpowering this lot, and I was like, oh gosh, this is so in the way. So yeah, speaking of that other build there, that is actually another build on my channel that I'm pretty sure by now I've uploaded it. I'm way in the future right now with videos, so I haven't uploaded this video yet, but I built an asymmetrical suburban house, again, with just the base game, and it's also a build that I'm really, really proud of, so definitely go check that out on my channel. It's pretty cool. But the second house, I will say, I think I like the approach to the exterior a little bit more. Like the first one was just solid yellow. It was just kind of that. But with this one, I went with like green siding at the top and then some brick on the bottom, and then I did some brown and some white accents. I don't know. It felt a little bit more layered. It doesn't feel like a base game house to me, at least. So yeah, it's I guess practice makes perfect. I did it the first time and now I'm doing it the second time, so obviously it's going to be better this time. But yeah, it took me a lot less time to build this one too, I feel like. For sure, well, maybe not. I don't know. It's roughly the same time. I say 11 minutes for each. We'll say, well, it didn't actually take me 11 minutes, but 11 minutes of sped up footage, let's say. It took me over an hour and a half to finish these two builds together. So yeah, and this one, I was actually wanting to make this kind of like a car enthusiast tiny house, and I was going to go really dark and retro, or not retro, but industrial. But then I've slowly changed my mind. I was like, I don't really have room to fit like a garage here or a shed. So I decided to just make this, no surprises here, but I'm a little mini greenhouse just for the heck of it, because I love building greenhouses in The Sims 4 with the glass roofs. It's just so fun. So yeah, it's real cute, and I like it because the other house has a lot of garden pots outside, and this one has a greenhouse with garden pots inside. So maybe they share. Maybe one person grows things, and then the other person grows things that need to be grown outside, and they like swap things and they barter, and it's just cute. And then, I don't know. It's just, I really want to make a pair of Sims to live in these houses. I really wish that we could like, I wish it was like a tool or a mod or something that, I don't really know. It wouldn't be a mod. It would have to be something in the game itself. But like, it would be cool if we could like, we could take a lot and have like a family on the lot, but like make it to where you like draw out like a square or a specific shape like you would a room, and like that would be like the ownership like lines or something. And like, I don't know, I don't really see how that would work either. I don't really know. I'm just thinking randomly. But like, it would be kind of cool if you could like assign like apartments in The Sims 2, basically. You know how in The Sims 2 you could like put like an apartment was blocked off by a specific door. It wasn't like a weird sphere thing like in The Sims 3 or anything. It was just like a door that if that was the only door leading into the space, then that was the apartment door. I don't know. I'm losing track of thought here, but it would be cool if we could do that, but in The Sims 4. And you could set like locks and everything, I guess, with these houses, but I feel like it would still feel kind of weird because the other Sims couldn't go in, and I just feel like it would be a lot more convivial to have that option, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this only would have 2 Sims on this lot, so, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I've kind of rambled a lot in this video. My videos are getting ramblier and ramblier at this point. It's mainly just because I worked today, and as soon as I got home, I rested a bit, and then I was like, okay, time to build, and I've been working on it ever since. I actually have been working a lot on YouTube videos lately. As if you probably can tell at this point, I've been really into building. I spent so much time on the detailing of this, and I just feel so good about this build. I don't know. When you just see something that you've done and you're like really proud of it, and like it doesn't really matter what other people think, but you're like, yeah, I did good at that. I'm really proud of myself. That's how I feel here. Except I do value your all's opinions very highly, because y'all are my love goods, and I'm the crazy nargle and y'all are the love goods. Just saying. But seriously, I did put the computer in this. Oh, I've got an eyelash in my eye. But I did put the computer for this tiny house in the greenhouse section, just because I thought, maybe they, just take it out there and they like blog about their garden and stuff like that. And they like talk about, soil recipes, like how you mix the soils to get, specific pHs. Maybe they're more scientific about it, and the neighbor, is a bit more maybe more into florism. What am I saying here? They're more into like growing flowers and like, I don't know. Maybe they trade secrets. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I really love the idea of two Sims living next to each other and sharing interests and just then falling in love, but still keeping their tiny houses separate because, they are independent people and they, have what they have, but they still are happy together, even though they're not living together. Technically, they're still together, wouldn't that be nice? But yeah, I'm just a hopeless romantic. What can I say? I love romance. Oh my gosh. I'm finally going to get back into reading fan fiction. Speaking of romance, if you don't know, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and it's been a long time since I've actually sat down and read a fan fiction, because me, I love me some romance. I love me some nonsense. It's all good fun for me, and I just had to make sure I was recording there because I forgot about the thing being minimized. Okay, we're good. But yeah, I haven't read fan fiction in a while, so I don't have any recommendations for you all. I will say my good friend is reading a fan fiction series that I'm absolutely in love with, and I'm so happy that she's reading it, and like I love seeing her reactions to it. It's just so precious and so relatable. It's a series called Leo Inter Serpentes, and it's basically a series where Harry gets sorted into Slytherin, and he is friends with Draco, and then he gets to be more than friends with Draco, but he's really actually truly friends with Draco, and Draco's actually not terrible, and the story is amazing in every way, shape, and form, and there is no flaws. It's perfection. It's wonderful and amazing, and it's great. It's very inclusive of all different types of people from all different types of groups. It's amazing. I love it. I highly recommend it so much. But yeah, it's an unfinished series. The writer, I'm sure, is still working on the last book. It's obviously going to be a way longer book, I think, because there's probably going to be so much more that they're going to do with it. But yeah, just go read it. It's great. I'm still waiting for book 7. I've been waiting for like a year at this point, and I'm not mad about it. The longer I wait, the longer that anticipation's building up, but also I know that the writer is truly trying their best, because the writer is amazing. But anyway, that's basically it for this build and this rambling nonsense that I call my voiceover. Be sure to check out this build on the gallery. All you have to do is search my username, lukeydean, and the hashtag Lukey. Once again, all that information is in the description down below. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.
Standing here a while just to take it all in. Radio's playing our song, and then you stood there smiling at me. so many